Oh, hello. Didn't see you there. My name's Baron Pike, and welcome back to episode 3 of the Hive Mind Challenge. So before we get into the content of the video, I felt I needed to flush out some of the rules from the first episode. I set restrictions for myself, but I'm not a perfect human, and in this episode I accidentally broke the rules. I accidentally used the Falador West Bank to note some bones that I was carrying. So I thought it'd be best to go over in advance some of the consequences should I fail to follow through with any of my restrictions in the future. So I'm just going to let some clips play in the background. Those are just levels that I got since the last episode. I'll let those play while I talk about this. The first question is this. What if I were to close the bank interface with items still inside it? In this case, I'm going to simply go ahead and drop the items that were left in the bank. Now this is only going to apply if I leave the bank and return to whatever I was doing. If I were to simply misclick and close the bank too quickly, then I immediately notice and reopen the bank, I'm not going to penalize myself for that. Obviously in the future we may run into some gray areas with this, but ultimately we'll have to cross those bridges when we come to them. The second question is, what if we were to use a bank to note items that we hadn't designated? In this scenario, one of three things will apply. If the account that used the bank has not yet designated its 5 banks, then the bank used will now count as one of them. This maybe seems too lenient, but it may cause me to designate banks that are somewhat useless by mistake. If the account that used the bank can't choose another bank, I must pay the 1 mil reset fee, or whatever the cost is stacked up to if this isn't the first use, and the bank that I used by mistake is now one of the 5 new chosen banks. Finally, if I couldn't designate another bank, and I can't afford the bank reset fee, I will proceed to drop all of my items on all of the accounts. This will reset the chosen banks of all the accounts to none, and the reset fee for the banks will be 1 mil GP again. This will effectively give us a full reset on the accounts. Alrighty, and that is all I wanted to say, so without further ado, let's get into the content. I think this is where I wanted to start, the beginning of episode 3, but I wanted to go ahead and show all of the stats here. So we are at 79 total, 92 total, 72, 70, 74, 72, 72, and 69. Breaching up on that 100 total mark on this account here. We're sitting at 92. So I think we're going to stay here for a little bit, just kick some seagulls until probably 5 or 10 defense, and then I might take these accounts to monks, I think. Monks at the Edgeville Monastery so that we can AFK better. Alright, so we just completed our first Leo random here. I'm going to be doing all of these, mainly because I like the emotes. I'm going to be just doing them until I get all the emotes, and then probably won't be doing them again after that. They're not really worth how long they take. Same with the mime shows and the... what's the other one? The drill sergeant. They all give you emotes and also outfits. I don't really care so much for the outfits. I just want the emotes, like this one here. That good old zombie dance. So there's actually a jewelry shop in Port Sarim called Grum's Gold Exchange. He'll buy gold rings, gold necklaces, sapphire rings and necklaces, other things like that. So these items are otherwise useless and free to play. So come here, we sell them off. Yeah, make some easy GP. So I figure while we're here, coming through Falador, we're going to stop off at the gem shop. But you know what? We got ourselves some good old combat levels now. This guy has a beer and a kebab. Let's f***ing do this. Let's go. Let's kick this guard down. Kick him down. Everybody get on him. Oh, but he is giving us the hurt, though. This guard doesn't really take any damage, actually. Oh my god. We're just hitting him with all zeros. Keep kicking him. Keep kicking him. Everybody's still fighting the guard. We might actually have to run from this guy. Oh my lord. Oh wow, no, we gotta get out of here. Run. Okay, who's he aggroing next? He's aggroing me? Yeah, we got him. another genie lamp. Don't mind if I do. So now we're here at the gem shop, and let's see what we can get. Oh wow, empty shop. Okay, what do you want for this? 1,400 coins for that diamond right there. Thank you very much. I will take that 1,400 coins. Here I'm just killing dwarves in the dwarven mine to obtain 2 iron bars so that Hive Mind 1 can do the Knight's Sword quest. This ended up not really being worth my time because I went about it a whole different way, but at least I got some easy combat XP. So I trained at Monks for a little bit, and then I went ahead and got 15 mining on all the accounts so that they would be able to mine the Blurite ores during the Knight's Sword quest. Then I decided to make my way to the Squire to start the quest. I figured since I was in Falador and had the bank to use, I'd smelt all of the copper and tin I had. I unnoted a full inventory of ores on all of the accounts and walked them over to the furnace. I began dropping the ores one account at a time on Hive Mind 2 through 8, while picking them up and smelting them on Hive Mind 1. I'd then walk one tile back to drop the bars on the ground while picking them up on the other accounts. This took a little bit of timing, and I ultimately wasn't perfectly efficient at it. I have so many people stop and talk to me while I'm doing this, and this guy was so into it right away. He knew exactly what I was up to. So big old shout out to Pure THC for being a good old lad. Alright, so while I'm here in Varrock, proceeding in the Knight's Sword quest, I guess I could go do a few other things, like talk to Charlie the Tramp to get my task on this account. I also have a mystery box on this account. Let's see what we get. Oh, 500 coins. I'll take it. Not too bad, not too bad. On the other accounts, we've got a few lamps. We got a lamp on this account as well. I wanted to save the lamps for prayer, but I don't know if you can have more than 2. So I'll go ahead and use one of these on, what was I going to use it on? Oh, I'll probably actually use it on smithing here, I guess. I'll go ahead and use one of these on smithing, and I'll save this other one for now. This account's going to go talk to Charlie the Tramp, and then we'll go proceed and talk to Reldo. Alright, so I just finished talking to Reldo. I got my Charlie the Tramp task, and I smithed all the bronze bars into just random stuff, and I'm about to sell it all off at the general store here. We got 19 smithing on Hive Mind 1 with that. So I'll be back when I am back in Lumbridge. So I'm actually going to buy some bronze arrows here in Varrock before I leave, and if you only buy the first 100 in the shop, they will only cost 1 GP, but if you buy more than the first 100, they will cost 2, so I'm just going to hop around and buy the first 100 in every world for a bit. I definitely did not get enough red berry pies. With only 33 cooking, the odds of cooking 8 out of 9 are probably not great, so let's see what happens here. Oh, are we gonna do this? Oh, come on. Come on. Come on. Yes! So I came into the scimitar shop and I misclicked buy instead of value. So yeah, now I have a mithril scimitar on a bunch of accounts that all have level 5 attack. Oh, what a nice guy. So I figure, since I'm back in Lumbridge again, I'll go ahead and start the Rune Mysteries quest and the Restless Ghost quest. So yeah, I just ended up doing this whole quest while I was here. So we're also going to go ahead and use all of the lamps that we have on any of the accounts. So there's 100 prayer XP there. Level 11. This account has a lamp. We'll use that on prayer. 90 XP. Level 10. Nice. This one right here. 90 more XP, level 10. And looks like that's it. Well, that's sweet. 3 more levels from saving those lamps. Worth. I decided to just go ahead and bury the bones evenly across all the accounts. I don't know how long these accounts are going to be staying free to play, so hanging on to these bones probably isn't worth the inventory space. So we had some guy come up to us and accuse us of being a bot farm and say he reported all my accounts. That's interesting. I just absolutely love the people you run into in free-to-play, and so many people approach me because they see 8 accounts that all have the same name and are all dressed the same. It looks so weird. Anyway, this guy hadn't done the Knight's Sword quest, and I was going to help him do it, but he ran off at some point later on. That's kind of a shame. So since I decided to use the bronze bars in Varrock to boost Hive Mine 1's smithing level above 15, I figured I'd mine the iron ore and smelt iron bars while I was here in Falador. I did this so I could complete the Knight's Sword quest on all the accounts at the same time, and that would prevent me from having to come back here again. This meant that the dwarf killing I did earlier on wasn't really worth my time, but at least I got some easy combat levels. So I'm now at the step in the quest where I have to go into the cave with the ice warriors and ice giants and mine the blurite ore, so hopefully I don't die. So during my first run through of trying to obtain the blurite ores, I definitely cut corners and I was kinda stupid. I didn't recognize that one of the ice warriors can still aggro you behind the closest blurite ore rock, and I ended up dying on 2 of the accounts, so that set me back a little bit. So I decided it would be safest for me to just walk all of the accounts back to the safe spot outside the room, and walk the other 2 accounts back, and try again. The second time I went about this, I was much more strategic, and I made sure to lure the ice warriors into safe spots so that they couldn't attack any of my accounts. Then I just simply mined the blurite ore one at a time on the same world. This ultimately took a little bit longer, but at least I didn't die this time. Now there was one more quest I wanted to complete before the end of this episode, and that was the Rune Mysteries quest. This quest would unlock essence mining, which would be a good AFK mining method for all of our accounts. I'd like to give a big thank you to a friend of mine, Mighty Afro. He helped me create the thumbnail for this video by letting me record him doing the smithing emote, so big shout out to him. Mighty Afro actually has a YouTube channel on which he goes by the same name, where he posts videos on his road to maxing, so you should go and check him out. Anyways, that wraps it up for today's episode of the Hive Mind Challenge. Hope y'all enjoyed, and have a great day.